Okay, back from our Fortnite dance-a-thon. Sorry, we had to take a quick intermission. This is the Beanie and Beefy podcast after party minus the Beanie and replaced by Bryce and Ski Bang Gang.
Gang, gang.
I don't know if you have anything you want to call yourself. You don't have like a
honestly, yeah, I'm not even
internet thing you're going for. So this is our friend Bryce.
Maybe if I get famous, I'll have a specific
You're not trying
tag.
to get famess, so that's what I'm saying. You don't have anything going.
I'm meaning more like if you get famous.
Oh, and then you'll need something to ride on.
Yeah.
Okay, I see how it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Hey, but at least I'm not fake, you know.
He's like, I'll tell you, bro. I'll fucking let you know. This is a fucking free ball edition of the podcast where we fucking drank a bunch of shit and now we didn't come in with a plan of what we're gonna talk about. So you're just gonna hear us actually fucking having a conversation and not something planned and premeditated like other podcasts, I guess.
Yeah, like murders for sure. Those things are premeditated as fuck.
Not all of them do. Crimes of passion are not.
Yeah, there's all types of murders going on for sure.
Oh yeah, dude. All murders. Never mind. We're gonna fucking start off a good conversation starter or something to do while we are waiting to come up with a conversation or whatever the fuck we want to call what we're doing. We're gonna get into the Street Beefs channel again, like we always do, bro. We're getting into. Let's see who we wanna.
I've seen a little bit from this, but
someone proposed to somebody.
Not a lot. I definitely have a lot to see for sure.
What's a good name? We want ones with two good names. Mad Titan versus Gorilla. No,
my dog's name is Titan.
We want shorter ones because if it's shorter, that means somebody got knocked out.
Yeah, for sure. I see a 4-minute. 4:11. 3.
We're watching 4:11, baby. Never forget.
Right on. 4:11.
Loco Monster fighting out of Troy, North Carolina, and Montgomery County, North Carolina.
There you go. You can see what we're watching, and you can see who it is. You get who uploaded. They get credit. That's their video. Of course, gonna watch people get beat up.
One more time. Johnny Apple CBD. Go to the website. Type in promo code BEEF for a 25% discount.
No, thank you.
That sounds like a lot like what your
And in this corner,
what your tag would be.
Johnny Apple CBD.
No, I'm saying like if
oh,
you had,
beef.
Yeah.
Ah, dude, that'd be sick. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was saying. I don't even know the way to word that.
My promo code.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just yelling out his fucking.
I like how the referee looks like he's ready to fight himself.
I think the referee's the main. Oh no!
See that guy?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh yeah, dude. He's just
ready to.
He's there's right over here. There's a creek. He was drinking a beer in right over behind those trees back there.
I like his.
I think Sweatpants is gonna win this. This other guy does not look athletic. Look at dude's trying to just hold on to his hand. Yeah, this dude's done. He's gonna give up.
Yeah, you could tell.
You can tell early in these amateur fights he was like actually trying to get a fighter.
You could just tell the dude with the pants on. He definitely just has a better stance when it comes to like just laying it down. Like he's tiring him out.
That's what I'm saying. You can see who is actually trying to be a fighter and who thinks they know how to fight.
Yeah. I wonder if that dude knows what's tattooed on his back.
I don't know. You have to ask him. Sometimes people just get him and they don't know. They're just like slamming or something. That's what I'm going to do. 9, 8, 7, 6. Saved by the Bell. Yeah, what are these? He's like trying to slap.
Well, yeah.
This dude doesn't even have a coach. It's just his dad.
second round. Mouthpiece. Let's work.
Mouthpiece. That's all I'm legally required to say is mouthpiece.
registered by the state to say mouthpiece.
I'm ordained as a minister. Mouthpiece.
The back tattoo says so.
Oh, what? We're calling? He didn't even touch the ground. He's obviously good.
Let's just say one might be leaking a little bit more fluids than the other.
Sometimes I leak fluids for no reason, bro. It's all good.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. You can tell he was sitting
Why
there perched.
Why are they calling it? Dude, the guy didn't even fall over. That's not a real knockout. These guys are buds.
For sure, yeah. I seen...
There's a quick view on Facebook.
Hello, Facebook. Yeah, I definitely seen... The dude with the pants was sitting there ready to just knock him out for a second.
Yeah, you can see in those fights who's definitely like actually prepared, and like I said, who just thinks they can fight. But I mean, that's what fucking amateur shit's all about. You just see people get wailed on.
Yeah, and next thing you know, that's gonna be our next Mike Tyson.
It's Mike Tyson, bro. So what's up, dude? What have you been listening to lately for music?
Honestly,
who's your go-to? If I was like, hey, we need to throw on music right now, who are you gonna turn up to?
Honestly, is probably some in between. Like, I kind of been liking country a little bit.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
really,
lie,
dude. 1-star contrap.
Just a little bit, and it's not even necessarily like that, but yeah, definitely. There's this YouTube channel that I've been watching, and that's kind of where I've been going for all my music lately. And
what is it?
I can't remember the exact name off the top of my head.
Goddamn, how's it your go-to? You don't even know what to type in.
It's like hits on VHS, I believe.
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't even know what that is.
But yeah, it's honestly just like a lot of folk and country. Honestly, that's what I've been listening to a lot.
I listen to a little bit of that. There's a YouTube channel called Western as Fuck, and they have like a bunch of different like. It's not even like what you'd think of normally country. It's like that acoustic stuff that I was showing you before. It is just like old school type music.
Yeah. I definitely.
Don't set shit there.
I definitely like all types of music nowadays. Like, I have been listening to a lot of that stuff. I mean, I don't know. A lot of the heart, for sure. A lot of the heart. And I'm not saying that listening to, rap is not from the heart. But these guys are like damn near crying on the microphone.
I think a lot of hip hop that's like emotional is more or less like suicidal type stuff.
Yeah, and
like
these guys, they're talking about their just daily lives. They're not talking about necessarily wanting to kill themselves, but they're just talking about like, life is hard and it's something that people just have to get through. It's just kind of how life is, because suicide isn't an option. It just isn't.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of hip hop songs that are more emotional are like that, to where it's more or less like songs like that, like about people wanting to kill themselves and things like that,
and doing it. Like Juice WRLD, not necessarily saying that he killed himself, just saying that
even if you didn't intentionally mean to kill yourself at that time, but like slowly killing
the drugs,
yourself with
just like being around so much drugs, and like I if I remember correctly, the way that it even worked out was because he was going on a plane flight and had like a bunch of, I don't know.
How can you say plane flight? Like, I was like, you were gonna say flight, and I was gonna be like, what kind?
Yeah, I don't even know why I said plane flight, but yeah, he was gonna be on a flight, and I don't remember exactly what drug, but he basically, from what I read of the situation, was
I thought it was like what is the shit people take for like ADD?
Adderall.
I thought it was Adderall.
If I remember correctly, it was not Adderall. It was definitely.
Well, I wouldn't know. I didn't listen to him, and I didn't. Keep
and honestly, in 2 seconds we can figure it out.
Oh yeah, well,
but
Jamie, pull that up.
I'm on it.
But yeah, whatever.
Oxycodone.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's just painkiller shit.
Yeah. But pills nonetheless. When it comes down to it, yeah, he definitely. Like
I was
from
surprised.
I
was surprised it was something I knew about.
Yeah, from what
it's like that painkillers are like the only type of pill I went into when I was younger.
Yeah,
so I was surprised that it was like something that I was like, oh, I recognize that name right away.
Right? Yeah, because that's actually a super popular painkiller that is actually given to like freaking in almost any case.
That's like basically how I stayed smoking cigarettes in high school. Was just like I could just like sell pills and just fucking get my shit because I get them for free and then sell them.
Yeah, but I
pop some, sell some, fucking.
I think he totally, like, from what I read of the situation, I thought that he got, like, he was trying to hide them, so he just popped them all, and then went on the plane flight.
I mean, I'd have to say that was...
but that's from him getting off of the plane flight after already taking all the pills. And so, but that's also just what I've read. I wouldn't say it's 100%
intentionally trying to kill yourself, but it's like a what did you expect type of thing.
But listen to his music.
If that's the case.
Yeah, but I was gonna say listening to his music, like he was talking about killing himself on a lot of his songs for sure, and you know, not saying that was definitely his intent by any means. It's just something that's sad to see nowadays, and it's just crazy.
A lot of music nowadays, like. I listen to a lot of the sad boy shit too, but it's like it's hard to be like I listen to this because I relate to this, but it's also like the more I listen to this, the more I'm going to continue to relate to it, and like kind of put that in my personality, and it's not helping like get out of that mind frame.
Yeah.
And then people that like listen to that, a lot of that kind of stuff does like I wouldn't say idolizes drug use, but
it ain't helping it,
but it
sure.
talks about it a lot, and whether it's even them just talking about it as like admitting their addiction and trying to be open about it, like it could easily be taken the wrong way to people saying like I'm depressed and I pop this because it helps me, and then people are like and because they're like 15, 16. I mean, yeah, I fucking did dumb shit when I was young too.
Yeah, and I don't know how old Juice WRLD was when he passed away. I want to say 19. But, yeah, definitely just super sad thing going on in this generation. And, like we were saying earlier about, like, the folk music thing, like, they're just jamming their life, you know what I mean? And they're not talking about doing drugs so much. They are talking about drinking alcohol for sure. And a lot of the times, at least.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that is the flip-flop on that side.
I don't know. I don't think of it as... it's completely different. It's hard to compare because that
yeah, for sure, that's super hard. Two things that are super hard to compare.
And two different lifestyles too. To where someone it's a hard life, like maybe
talking about
up
somebody
like
that like lives in LA to somebody that literally lives on a farm.
Music, yeah, you grow up and it's a hard life doing what you do, but you're kind of like born into a job and kind of have a life set out for you.
Mm-hmm.
To whereas like people growing up in like LA and like terrible neighborhoods, they don't really know what's gonna happen day to day.
Yeah, and like even me growing up in California,
you can't compare it at all.
Like from being age 15 to being age like 17, you literally didn't know if you were gonna freaking make it.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a crazy thing to think of when you're that young.
That's what I'm saying. So it's a whole different thing to like compare, because growing up on like a farm, you have your life set out. Like you're gonna take care of this land, and you're gonna do what your dad did, and what his dad did, and what his dad did, and what your kids
for sure.
do. And
they're gonna plant that seed and repeat for sure. Z's.
So it's hard to compare that.
Yeah, and also it's like I don't have any type of real view on what a farmer's life is like, really. You know,
dude, I grew up in the middle of nowhere and not even on a farm, and that shit just sucks, dude. Like having to have like make sure you have enough wood for the whole winter to heat up your house and your fucking water.
I did have a part like that, but
and stacked, and you have to fucking fill it every morning and night before you go to bed and all throughout the day. And
I was definitely
even that shit, like that's not even like living on a farm. That shit fucking sucks, bro.
Yeah, I definitely lived for a little bit where I would freaking we had like only a wood stove, and we lived more in the woods in Oregon, and would just literally go out once a weekend and get, like, I think it was 2.5 cords of wood. We would have like a cord and a half last us, and we would sell the rest.
There's no way you got 2 cords of wood.
A truck and a trailer.
The cord of wood is like fucking
a cord of wood, from what I known, is literally a back of a truck full with a wood rack on it. That was a cord.
We used to pay, if we didn't get enough wood during the fall, before it hit winter, we used to have to pay for wood. And getting a cord of wood was a stack probably as long as... Probably longer than like a long bed truck.
Yeah, I think this,
twice as tall.
I think this is mainly because of the different areas and what cords are.
Yeah.
And
I was gonna say I paid for a cord of wood, and it was like we could run across it, and it was like a jungle gym.
Yeah, we were selling a cord for like a $200 and something. And that was like that is the back of a truck full with a wood rack on it, and so that's like. You know, like, honestly, it would probably fill, like, I don't know, 7 feet by 6 feet, maybe.
A Michigan cord of wood wouldn't fit in this room.
Well, yeah, I think Michigan might be a little bit different than what can just fit in a pickup truck.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. We had it dropped off by a semi.
Yeah, no, we're talking about driving out to the woods, cutting a tree down, lopping it up, and throwing it in the back of a pickup truck.
You're not doing 2 cords of wood in one day off of your weekend, is what I was saying.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I used to put in days chopping and cutting wood. Like,
yeah, I'm thinking that's just...
no way you did that.
I'm thinking that's just a mistranslation. For sure. Because that's what I was told.
And also we were both just told as kids and went like, oh, that's 100% true.
Yeah, that's a cord.
Yeah, we were just told one thing as a kid, and we were like, facts, dog, #100.
Yeah, I was like, that's a cord. It was basically a truck full.
Yeah. And cord means truck full.
Yeah, so we would go out there and get about 2 cords, normal person cords.
Hey, you can't say Michigan's not normal. Maybe your shit's just baby cords.
I guess so, but we ain't driving down there with fucking dualies, bro, and fucking.
Hey, I had my cord dropped off at a semi. That's all I'm saying. I get the hookup. I got that.
I'm saying that we literally would go down and cut a tree, lop it up, and throw it in the back of a truck.
Well, yeah, we would do that too, but that doesn't give you enough for what we were doing.
Yeah, we were literally.
Michigan winters.
I was only talking about literally just cutting up a tree and then selling half. How much is that?
That doesn't give me any idea.
Dude, I was so close. 8 feet by 4 feet by 4 feet. I was so close. That's basically a truck full of wood.
Well, then we're getting fat sacks, bro, over there in Michigan.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck taught you your cords, but...
Hey, bro. My poppy.
Well, you're wrong.
I'll tell him, dude. I'll be there in a couple weeks. I'll tell him, yo, you don't know what a fucking cord is, and I'll get in his face about it.
You should actually
do
say something.
Do it in the video too. I'm like, yo, Snapchat is my dad. He don't know what a fucking cord is.
Yeah, so we'd go out there and get about 2 cords of wood.
Yeah, whatever, bro. You know what cords are all of a sudden. Shut up. Now you're going to say cord to me every time we talk. For
dude,
the next
what even are our cords right now?
So I plug in my pewter. That's what a cord is to me, bro.
Hell yeah.
What did we started this conversation on, like, what music do you listen to? I don't remember what the fuck you said.
Well, yeah, we started talking about...
Oh, you said country music.
Yeah, I did.
That's it? You don't listen to any rap right now?
Well, no, like I said, I was going to say at least, but we got caught in a bunch of different shit, but...
Sidewinder.
Yeah, pretty much. I still listen to a lot of stuff that's still, like, J. Cole. And
dude, I showed you one J. Cole song, and now you listen to it all the time.
I know. I'm talking about, like, Tech 9, and that's just something that is just, like, pops up on my YouTube, and I listen to that.
I haven't listened to any Tech 9 music in a while, dude.
Yeah, honestly, I do, like, a couple of his newer stuff, but besides that...
I like that, What was that one? I played it a bunch. It was kind of newer, and he had the music video for it. And it was that, die, 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 die. Might stop this sorrow, taking tomorrow away.
I think that was one of the ones that I wasn't really that interested
Really? I fucking
into.
loved that one. I loved how weird it was, like, how it would cut to the die, 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 and then cut to the singing.
Yeah, for some reason, I think that one was just something that just, like, didn't really pop up on my stuff, so I didn't really click on it and listen to it, and then be like, oh, that's pretty good, and then listen to it again.
Just Die?
Yeah, Just Die.
Yeah, I definitely have heard it for sure, because I've heard you. I've heard you play it for sure, and I like it. It's just like it's weird how brains work actually thinking about it, because like I would have listened to it more if it was like suggested to me and on my like YouTube, or even if I seen him posted on his Facebook, I would have seen it.
Well, it's also, to me, it's weird because I don't listen to a lot of Tech-9, because to me, he's already been like top tier artist, and it's just been so long that it's like we're constantly getting the same thing from him, even though it's really good. It's just like so expected.
Yeah, for sure. I 100% agree, and I think a lot of that has to do with like a part of don't fix something that's not broken, and also he is working on hiring a bunch of other people to the label.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's another thing I was gonna say.
So it's like yeah,
his artists are really starting to like outshine him with. I mean, Ritz left, which is shitty because Ritz is one of my favorites. But
I love
King
him too.
ISO is so fucking good, dude. Like he could easily be like a new Tech-9. King ISO is so fucking talented.
I think also, I think Tech-9's goal isn't necessarily to have somebody on his record label that is like, I don't really necessarily want to say like below him. I think the whole point of his record label is to have people on it to blow them up, to put them on their own.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Cut Calhoun kind of like left on some kind of, like, they kept saying it was mutual, but it was kind of some salty shit.
Yeah.
And then, but like Ritz has left on totally good terms. Chris was going to leave and then re-signed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's a good point to make that. But I think he's just reaching out to anything. Like, he has an actual, like, kind of rock band on there now. He has more kind of pop music. He's just kind of branching out to, like, literally everything. He's starting to be more of a mogul than a fucking artist. But even though he's still putting out, like, really good top-tier music.
Yeah, he definitely said he was going to do that, too. Like, yeah, he said he's like, I want to try it all out for sure. And
it's just hard to keep listening to his music when it's just like it sounds like the same thing we've heard before.
Yeah, and I super agree too. Like, and that's just how humans are, like we're just listening to the same thing for so long. Like, yeah, every now and then he has been putting something out that might be a little bit more catchy, or something that we might want to watch for a second, but like that also might be kind of a nostalgia thing, We're not really sure.
I don't think anything really compares to the old school Tech, though.
For sure, yeah. I know me and you both know that for sure.
It's just so hard. To
I've listened to him since I was 12
talent.
For sure.
Yeah, it's just insane. Like someone that's just so talented, and it was like an older person already that was just like, nah, I'm gonna keep fucking doing this till you guys realize how talented I am.
Yeah.
And then he fucking blows up huge, and now everybody knows who Tech-9 is.
Yeah, it's crazy to think too. When I was growing up, I used to listen to Tech-9 and Head PE at like the same time, and I always thought that they were just like super similar in a sense. One is more rock, but when it comes down to it, when I was listening to them, they were about blowing up the same. You know what I mean? They're about the same popularity. And then it's kind of crazy to think how Tech-9 blew up so crazy. And I'm not saying Head PE didn't, but
not on the same level at all.
Yeah, definitely not the same level, but they, like slowly progressed, but Tech-9 just straight blow the fuck out of the water. It's just kind of crazy to think how, like, growing up, I thought the two things that were super similar.
They were like on the same level, and then they progress further, and they're just like
boom, way different. And people that I meet that like Head PE and that like Tech 9 are freaking two different ballparks.
Oh yeah.
And like me, I've always been like,
it's
yeah,
weird how
I like
you'll
everything.
associate those things, like if they happen at this around the same time frame to you as a kid, you associate them together.
Yeah.
Like that, like even though they don't really have like any similarities.
And it was my brothers that listened to them. You know what I mean too.
Yeah.
So it's like when I'm growing up, I'm like bundling these things
That's
up.
the difference between me and you is you had older brothers and I had older sisters. So like I was listening to like TLC growing up, and you were listening to like Head PE.
Yeah, I was.
Bro, I don't want no Scrubs. Scrubs not gonna get no that from me.
No, it's funny because I totally know way too many lyrics to songs that are like that, and to have grown up to somebody that listen. I grew up with brothers that listened to Korn and Metallica and Godsmack. Oh, no, okay, not necessarily Godsmack. Sorry, Corbett and Blaine.
You got a problem with Godsmack?
No, it's just that like that is definitely not.
Stand alone.
No, that is definitely not what equals up to what else I was saying. Korn and
Now you have to tell
Slipknot and Metallica. They don't equal up. I'm sorry.
My mom used to listen to that stuff, but my sister's just like normal teen girl.
Dude, I remember growing up with, on the back of my oldest brother's door, he had a poster that was like it was like a teddy bear or some type of sock animal with a zippered face that was zippered closed, and it said fucking Korn on it. And it was just like the sickest fucking picture ever. And I always remember being like, that is sick as shit. Like, Korn is the fucking badass. You know what I mean?
Sleepy Chief makes fun of me for my dreads being like Korn.
Well, I had like my brother, he had his whole freaking wall covered with album covers and different posters and all that. So I remember literally looking at like a Metallica album and not necessarily knowing that Metallica album off top of my head or anything, but that album cover. You know, and then that Slipknot cover, and you know, just stuff like that. And I always was just like, yeah, it's just one of those cool things about growing up, I guess. Yeah, I definitely was just being like, remember looking at his wall because it was covered literally from corner to corner with just shit like that.
It's so crazy that like when you would see that album cover, that you would think of your brother's wall. But then someone else would see it and think of something totally different. And that's
or think of seeing him in concert. You know?
Perspective is will completely shift your opinion on everything, and people just don't think about
Mines are weird as shit. And I was super young, too. I remember playing, we were playing Driver San Francisco.
On PlayStation 1, bro.
Yeah, I think it was Driver San Francisco. And that's the funny thing about it is I remember being in the same room with Driver San Francisco and that goddamn wall.
Yeah.
And so...
Hey, that's what I'm saying. So now you associate like Korn with, or like Driver San Francisco with like Korn and Metallica.
Exactly. And getting that little freaking hidden car. That was freaking.
You remember the first one was the
badass.
Driver level where you had to like go through the parking garage and do all the drifting things.
Oh yeah, my brothers always handled that for me.
Oh yeah, bro.
like that's the funny thing about having older brothers.
My step brothers that we didn't like each other, so all I ever got on video games was fucking fatality on Mortal Kombat all the time.
See, that's the funny thing is I had older brothers that left and they had memory cards. And the cool thing about memory cards is you can copy them to your memory card. And so...
You teaching me about memory cards, bro? Get the fuck out of here.
I'm teaching the audience,
You're looking at me, bro!
Well...
memory cards.
But yeah, you could save your progress. Say a full GTA save from the beginning, you know, and just put it on your memory card, and then you could just load up a completely completed memory cards
where you could like hop
save.
in and it'd be like Sly Cooper's head and like the GTA 3 symbol.
Exactly.
Bro, that shit was so.
That MX versus ATV Unleashed that you helped your brother completely finish, and then you totally are like, oh wait, that's not on my goddamn memory card, and then you're like, oh, it's cool, he's gonna be gone, and then hang out with his friends, I'm just going to plug my memory card into number 2 and his into number 1, and then I'm going to do this thing called copy.
Remember when you were fucking, me, when I was broke as shit and couldn't afford a memory card, and you were just like, I'm just going to play the beginning of this game for the rest of my life?
That was the worst.
See,
back before, when I had Nintendo 64s, none of my friends had the memory pack.
I'll admit, I never have had to deal with that because I'm the youngest. My brothers never would have dealt with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, they're older. My oldest brother, he still played video games, and he's 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
And so, by that time, he literally would have either bought that PlayStation 1 or 2 or whatever.
I'm saying Nintendo 64, the memory packs for the controllers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a little bit of a different time. And yeah, that one was still a little bit hard to remember in my memory, honestly.
Oh, good. Well, the thing is, like I said, I had half sisters and I had like half family and step family. So like, from specifically my mom and my dad, I'm an only child. But when I lived with my mom, I grew up with 2 older half sisters, who were my mom's kids with a different guy. And then growing up at my dad's house, he remarried, so I had his wife's kids I was growing up with. So when I had like older brothers, we never got along, and so it was always like fighting over who does what, and I never got the fucking, like, I'd be getting my ass kicked in Mortal Kombat, and he'd never tell me how to do fatalities, and, like, I never got to do shit with anything. And, I mean, even growing up with my dad's with that, we didn't have a lot of video games.
I was surprised you had video games at your dad's.
We had a Nintendo for a while that we played Mortal Kombat on, and then he finally did, like, a family Christmas present of, like, a PS2, and we only had, like, a hunting game and a different game, and he was the one that liked the hunting game. And then I ended up getting my mom to send me like Grand Theft Auto 3.
Yeah, I kind of realizing it's like I was actually pretty spoiled when it came to the whole video games.
Oh, at my mom's house I
younger.
was, because my sisters didn't care. So my sisters shared a room.
How much time
girls.
would you say percentage wise at mom's and dad's
for like video games?
No, just living.
Oh, living. I lived at my mom's house until like 3rd grade, and then 4th through 7th I was in Michigan, and then 8th through 10th I was here at my mom's.
So let's say some percentages.
I don't know. Well, what? So kindergarten 1st, 2nd, and 3rd is mom's, and then 4th, 5th. 6th was dad's.
Oh, so you had half off and on then, it sounds like.
Basically, I bounced around.
So then that's kind of 50-50.
I mean, I don't know.
Let's say 50-50.
Did you hang out with Garrett or Kyler? Or I guess Jessica.
I didn't hang out with Kyler when I was a kid at all. And then I didn't hang out. Well, I knew Jessica because we were in the same classes, but I didn't hang out with Jessica until high school.
Really?
Yeah. I bounced around a lot. So like I was saying, so kindergarten 1st, 2nd, 3rd here, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th there, 8th, 9th, 10th, and then so I was here more, 7 out of 12 years.
And then didn't on summers you go like?
Summers was back and forth sometimes, but it was.
How were you traveling?
Plane. 2 flights a year at least.
I fucking love that shit.
I had 2 to 4 flights.
I love planing so much.
2 to 4 flights a year as a kid, unsupervised. So I had to stick with the flight attendants and go to the little fucking babysitting room hidden in every fucking airport that has like 4 old ass TVs and PlayStation 1s and like maybe a fucking GameCube, but someone's already on that with his friends. It was fucking garbage, and they're probably playing fucking Pocahontas over there with fucking no couches and like 3 beanbags.
Dude, I remember
I fucking
being...
hate airports. $6 for a goddamn McGriddle. My dick, airports!
I swear being like 9 years old and playing a Shrek game on the PlayStation 1, and it was fucking
PlayStation 2
badass.
because it came out on GameCube.
I had a Spanish neighbor that I've told you before. We used to watch Dragon Ball Z, and that shit was always on freaking what is that button you press on your freaking remote control to freaking change the language? SAP.
Sap.
Yeah, dude, they were sapped as shit over there for sure.
They were sapped as shit. They were tree sapped out.
But not only they had a pool, they had a 2-story house, and they were super nice to the white kid that lived next door. So
I remember in like 4th grade, I had a friend that she lived in a 4-story house, and I about lost my shit when I went over there for a sleepover.
yeah,
I went to my friend's house one time, and he had a 2-story house, and his bedroom was like the whole 2nd story. And then like a week later, he got kicked out because we smoked weed.
Yeah, pretty much same thing. My buddy, he had his dad and mom.
Were so pissed.
His stepdad and mom had a house that literally was so big that had a recording studio inside of it. And yeah, I ended up getting choked out for smoking resin in that house.
Oh, dude, you didn't have the respect to smoke herb?
Yeah, well, I didn't have the money to smoke herb.
I didn't have the money to respect them enough. I couldn't afford to respect
and
these
we
people.
were sitting inside the windowsill that was like
Exactly,
freaking
bro.
a
I was
weird
sitting in the
6,
window,
like
yeah.
it was weird, like
If we're not
what,
allowed to
3
smoke,
feet
we're gonna sit
wide
in your windowsill,
by like
bro.
6. Yeah, it was a weird dimension.
Oh, you told me about this story.
Yeah, I know. We would sit
We've talked
inside
about this.
of this weird dimension window, and we would sit and smoke inside this windowsill that was super huge, and we would have curtains that would hang right there, and usually it was pretty good, but this resin was fucking stinky as shit, and
Usually is.
yeah, we woke up with homeboy's parents, and I definitely got choked out by somebody's stepdad for a minute there. It was hella funny, but something I always remember.
Yeah. Well, we've been going for a while. That's the After Party podcast, baby. Have a nice life.
I love you.